and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a man accused in a brutal attack that left one of his friends dead is going on trial in Augusta.
Plus, a study is underway that could lead to transportation improvements, including new rail service in Maine.
And what the lobster industry is doing to protect their livelihoods while also preserving right whales.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us today. We'll have those stories coming up, but first we're going to start with a check of our weather. Looks like a pretty calm day today, but tonight it looks like a little snow moving into the area. Nothing major, but we could pick up a few inches here in the Bangor area.
You got it. Devin Biggs has all the details.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Plenty of alerts in effect. We have winter storm watches in effect further down to the south. This will get upgraded at some point as it's up until about 7 p.m. for your Friday. Winter storm warnings will be located here in the pink. This is up until 7 p.m. Friday as well. In a purple shade as well, a winter weather advice. We'll focus on those alerts now. So I pulled off the other two alerts here so you can see the other alerts in effect. Small crowd advisories until 10 a.m. later on this morning, and a winter weather advisory until 7 p.m. Friday as well. Let's take a look at things right now. We're all quiet out there at this point. In fact, we'll see a good amount of sunshine today as well, but more clouds will be moving in later on today. And in the evening time frame, as this right here from the southwest to the north and east continues to move in our direction, it'll give us some snowfall before we're all finished up, maybe up to 4 inches maximum before we're all finished up. So futurecast moving forward for today does some clouds at times, but we'll see more clouds later on tonight, with the snow beginning at about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning from the southwest going toward the north and east and pretty much lasting for most of the day. And the winds will not be a big deal at times, mainly out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, increasing though as we head towards Friday up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour sustained at times. And there are only forecasts for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine, a few passing clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. The trial of a Gardner man accused of a 2020 murder got underway yesterday. Dylan Ketchum is accused of shooting a friend to death and stabbing another during a violent confrontation. David Ledford was in court and has the story.
The trial of Dylan Ketchum began Wednesday at the Kennebec County Superior Court in Augusta. Ketchum is charged with the January 2020 murder of a 22-year-old Jordan Johnson, as well as the attempted murder and elevated aggravated assault of Caleb Trudeau. During opening statements, the prosecution team argued that Ketchum acted with intention and planned to meet his former friends at a location of his choosing, and that his alleged victims had no knowledge of his plan to attack them.
As Caleb fled from the machete-wielding defendant, as he slipped on the snow-covered ground and fell to the pavement, he did not know that the defendant, his childhood friend, a young man he thought of as a brother, would soon be on top of him with that machete.
Graphic, photographic evidence of the events were presented to the jury, including images of the injuries sustained by the victims. The defense team argued that both Johnson and Trudeau were the ones who organized the meeting.
Mr. Johnson and Mr. Trudeau lured Mr. Ketchum into a trap, that they attacked him with the intention of harming him and robbing him, and that Mr. Ketchum's actions were done in justifiable self-defense.
Several witnesses were called to the stand, including Sergeant Norman Gove of the Gardner Police Department, who was one of the first responders to the scene of the incident. Gove says that Trudeau identified Mr. Ketchum as his attacker when he spoke with him. Gove and other officers reportedly found Ketchum in a barn near the scene, and Gove was able to identify him in court.
I had said Dylan Ketchum. I then began driving around the area to help contain Mr. Ketchum.
This trial follows Ketchum's mistrial that occurred last year. In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A man is facing charges after allegedly shooting a man in Hodgson. Authorities say it happened around 1:50 Wednesday afternoon on the Ben Hill Road. They say two men were arguing, and that's when 34-year-old Paul Stockley of Holton pulled out a gun and shot the other man. According to the Bangor Daily, the unidentified victim was brought to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Stockley was arrested and is charged with elevated aggravated assault. He was brought to the Aroostook County Jail, where he's awaiting his first court appearance.
A Winslow man is behind bars this morning, accused of stabbing another man in broad daylight. Police say 21-year-old Justin Boucher attacked the victim from behind on LaSalle Street around 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. The victim, 65-year-old Philip Bradford, then walked to his apartment where he was discovered by police with 6 stab wounds. Local schools were placed into lockdown while police searched for Bradford's attacker. They say Boucher jumped from a window as police moved in, but he was quickly arrested. Boucher is now charged with elevated aggravated assault and violating conditions of release. Bradford was treated and released for his injuries. A motive for the crime is unclear because police say the two men don't know each other.
A Waldo County grand jury has indicted a Brooks man accused of creating a police standoff. According to police, on January 9th, Belfast officers stopped 48-year-old Stephen Larrabee for a license plate violation. During the stop, they began to suspect he was impaired by drugs or alcohol and asked him to step out of the vehicle. Police say that's when Larrabee reached for what they thought was a handgun. Larrabee sped off and began a low-speed chase through Waldo County. Officers were able to stop the vehicle in Plymouth Village on the Moosehead Trail. Larrabee barricaded himself inside the vehicle and allegedly told officers he had a gun. After several hours of negotiations, officers were able to safely get him out of the vehicle. Larrabee is now indicted on numerous charges, including passing a roadblock, driving to endanger, and possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. At the time of the incident, Larrabee's son attributed his father's behavior to PTSD from his military service and head trauma.
The Caribou Police Department is seeking information regarding 2 dogs that were found on the Doyle Road. The police department posted photos of these 2 large, older black dogs who appear to be emaciated and injured. You can see their body condition in the pictures on your screen. They're currently being cared for at the animal shelter in Presque Isle, and they ask anyone with information about who the owner may be or was is asked to contact Caribou Police at 493-3301.
Well, the Maine State Police have put out a warning for scam calls that are soliciting donations. They posted on their Facebook page recently that people have been reporting phone calls asking for donations for fallen troopers, describing the needs for funds as an annual drive. The Maine State Police does not solicit donations in this fashion, and they have asked if you receive a scam like this to call your local barracks or trooper to report that activity.
Maine's lobster industry is considering a new, more flexible management plan that preserves their jobs while also protecting North Atlantic right whales. Our Matthew Juronsik has more.
Following the historic 6-year pause on any new federal regulations, the lobster industry is potentially shifting to a new type of management to help lobster men and women keep doing what they do best. This management style is known as dynamic management.
It's a management tool that would allow us to monitor the presence of whales within the Gulf of Maine, and we would monitor their presence by using acoustical listening devices as well as flyovers with planes.
Dynamic management has been considered before, and a version of this is being used in parts of the United States and Canada. With the 6-year pause successfully passing an omnibus spending bill, many fishermen are excited about the opportunity to try out dynamic management and gauge its benefits.
You know, the fishermen are on board with that. I don't think any fisherman is against the fact that we want to be able to do some sort of regulatory action that actually, you know, protects a right whale, protects them where they are.
By having dynamic management, you're able to fish the area without being forced out of it unless there's a whale in the area.
Based on what Commissioner Kelleher has seen, he believes dynamic management would help propel the lobster industry forward in its fight against restrictions they say endangering the fishery's future.
There's a lot of conversation that needs to happen. We're at the very early stages of discussing dynamic management, but it's something that we feel is a very viable tool, and I think we'll be able to show that as we collect more data.
In Bass Harbor, Matthew Juronsik reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, legislators kicked off a bus tour yesterday at the University of Maine. More than 80 lawmakers visited the campus and toured the facilities, including the Cooperative Extension Diagnostic and Research Lab, the Furlan Engineering Education and Design Center, and also the Advanced Manufacturing Center. Lawmakers also spoke with students, faculty, and industry partners about how they're working to serve the state of Maine.
The University of Maine system is a really important part of the state economy. The folks that come out of here, the students that come out of here are going to be taking the jobs of the future. As a freshman legislator, it's important to see and meet as many people as possible, understand what are the goals here, what are we trying to achieve. And
the bus tour will continue today at the University of Maine at Machias campus. Give those lawmakers a better understanding of what the University of Maine system is doing as they consider different legislation down in Augusta.
Absolutely. Always good to see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a study is underway that could lead to new rail service between Bangor and Portland.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Partly cloudy skies today with a high near 35 degrees. The snow moves in late tonight with a low of around 23. Tomorrow will be a little bit messy around this time. The high tomorrow around 29 degrees.
It's you.
Already that home run, son.
Hey, pass me the keys, Rob. I haven't had anything to drink.
Good idea.
We've learned to speak up to prevent drinking and driving. So why don't we speak up to prevent texting and driving? The results can be the same. Speak up. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
Right now at Label Shopper, all the designers you love are at even lower prices. Save 50% off. Stop in today and save an extra 50% off at the Label Shopper Winter Madness Sale. Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
The law. If you break it,
you didn't pay rent.
You'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC 7.
This week on Wheel, everyone is excited to win an incredible world vacation.
Where am I going, Dad? Where am I going? Where am I going?
You sound like a kid in the backseat of the car.
Plus,
I would love to have your job.
Do you know something I don't, Eric?
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Legislation, the Maine Department of Transportation has started the process to connect the Bangor area to Portland and Auburn via rail. Devin Dagnall has the story.
The Maine Department of Transportation has confirmed that it will be hosting a meeting on Thursday the 19th to discuss the potential of improving Bangor's intercity bus service and adding a passenger rail that would connect Bangor and Augusta to Portland. The meeting is following a months-long survey and study that the DOT conducted about the potential projects.
I believe that the purpose of the meeting is just to kind of high-level look at what the travel modes are currently within the corridor, conceptually who could be potentially using an enhanced service, what the demand would potentially be, and then some really high-level costs.
Sarah Devlin, the executive director of Bangor Area Comprehensive Transportation System, or BACS, was part of the advisory committee for the DOT survey, and she says that these additions would be good for the greater Bangor area. But she does have a concern about the cost. Maine State Senator Joe Baldacci has been a long-time advocate for the addition of a Bangor public railway, but he's not getting his hopes up about the meeting.
The DOT is not interested in doing any kind of legwork on this, and I hate to be this kind of, I try to reserve my comments and I try not to be negative as often as I can, but in this case, they have really done everything they can to just make this as difficult as possible.
Baldacci says that the survey done by the DOT was little more than a Gallup poll and didn't examine how much of a positive impact the railway could be. We spoke with a few people in the Bangor area about the potential of a public railway, and the overwhelming consensus was that they wanted it.
Unequivocally, yes. Do you know what it would be like to get to New York on Amtrak after driving to Bangor instead of doing this wonderfully circuitous route?
If you would like to attend the DOT's public Zoom meeting, the link can be found on our website. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Brewer schools are in the process of adopting a new policy aimed at making students feel accepted and celebrating their differences. Brewer School Superintendent Greg Palmer says the policy was offered by the Maine School Management Association to all school districts. This policy would allow students to have equal access to resources and opportunities, setting students up for success. Palmer says a policy like this allows anyone to walk in and feel welcomed for who they are.
That everybody matters. And the great thing about public school is that we don't curate who walks through the door. Public school door is wide and it welcomes everybody. And anyone who wants to attend public school can walk through that door.
Brewer School Committee approved the policy in its first reading on Monday and will need to get a second reading approval before they can put it into action. Palmer expects a final approval when the committee meets next month.
A company out of Lewiston is looking to blast, drill, crush, and transport tons of sand and gravel in the town of Winthrop. Brad Rogers takes a closer look at the quarry controversy and the many reasons why hundreds of people in town are against it.
Just up this road is a 10-acre ledge that a company is hoping to mine to make crushed stone. But about 800 residents here in Winthrop, many of whom live within 3 miles of this site, are opposed to it. This used to be an egg farm back in the day, but a Lewiston company bought all 385 acres of the farm here on Turkey Lane in Winthrop, hoping to build a rock quarry operation about a mile west of downtown.
As you can see with the direction the wind's blowing now, it's blowing right towards the middle schools and the high schools. This would be their first quarry.
Gil Soucy heads a group hoping to stop the Winthrop open pit mine. He lives here on Turkey Lane, where if approved, LA Properties LLC could dig out up to 10 acres of a rock ledge 20 feet deep. We were unable to reach the Lewiston company. Soucy is worried about silt from the mine polluting the aquifer and well water of nearby homeowners and possibly polluting nearby lakes and wetlands.
The water resources here are at a premium, and of course they're going to be using water to basically moisten the particles so that this place doesn't look like a dust bowl.
Families we spoke with are also concerned about the noise from blasting and crushing rock and the constant truck traffic up and down this road. They're also worried about air pollution and microscopic dust particles blowing into town from the mining operation. Soucy says prevailing winds would blow the dust straight toward Winthrop Middle and High School.
These kids and teachers over there are going to be breathing this carcinogenic dust that is invisible to the human eye, but the electron microscope, it looks like broken shards of glass.
The Winthrop Planning Board has not made a decision yet. They've asked the company for more information about the mining operation here.
That was Brad Rogers reporting. Well, the time now is 6:18. Coming up after the break, we'll hear about a group of 7th grade students at the Cohen School in Bangor who are being awarded by NASA for their STEM research.
Plus, we'll hear about the glitch experienced by Bank of America customers yesterday that made users' accounts appear to be drained and in debt. Details when we return.
After getting into a car accident, my husband and I were unsure of how to deal with the other insurance company.
We made the decision to reach out to the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
One phone call got the ball rolling.
It was a free evaluation, but it was a big relief.
They were easy to work with, and it was clear right away that they cared about our situation.
Knowing that we had Joe's team working for us
and fighting for us
meant that I could focus on healing.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Gilman Electrical Supply, Hometown Health Center, Howard Insurance, Irish Collision Center, Leona Mays Antique and Gift Shop, and R&R Auto Body.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
Welcome back, everyone. A local group of 7th graders is receiving out-of-this-world recognition. NASA will be working with a group of students from the William S. Cohen School in Bangor to detect and study greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. 4 months ago, the group of 7th graders submitted an experiment proposal to NASA through their Tech Rise Challenge. The announcement was made by Tech Rise over a video conference.
What did it feel like to hear your name called out?
We knew it was going to pop up.
Why were you so confident?
We are very talented young kids, so.
I love that. Well, the 7th graders' projects went head-to-head with others across the nation, even beating out some high schoolers for one of the available 60 openings. The group will be working on their project for the remainder of the school year with the help of NASA engineers. They know they're good, you know?
It's good to know you're good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Confidence is nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for them. Good for them. Well, the time is now 6:21.
Let's get a full look at our forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. So we do have winter storm warnings and winter storm watches in effect. Being indicated here, the winter storm watches in a blue, the winter storm warnings in a pink right here. And that's pretty much where everything's in effect right now, as we're not expecting much more further off towards the north and east. We'll pull off those advisories because we have more in effect, though. This is actually a winter storm or a winter weather advisory, excuse me. And that's also a small crowd advisory further down toward the south. A little bit of graphics issues this morning, but now we have it going for us. So this is a small crowd advisory until 10 a.m. this morning, and a winter weather advisory further off towards the north and west. So I pulled off the winter storm warnings and winter storm watches so we can see these other two alerts that are in effect. Let's take a look at things right now. We're pretty quiet out there this morning. You'll want the sunglasses, as we'll see a lot of it today, but we're going to be obscuring the sun later on today as this system right here, we can see it right here, will be tracking off on the west, going toward the east. So by later on tonight, probably by about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll start seeing the snow moving in. With accumulating snow possible, might make travel a little bit tricky from time to time in a few spots, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. The clouds start to really increase later on tonight, but we'll have to wait till about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning for the snow to begin from the southwest, going toward the north and east, and pretty much continuing on and off throughout the rest of the day. Starting to back off by later Friday evening. That's when the advisories will expire. And we'll hold on to a few passing clouds, but some breaks in the clouds at times Saturday, so things will start to clear out overall for us. Snowfall accumulations, all right, maybe not cause an inconvenience at times, maybe at around 2 to 4 inches near Bar Harbor and Bangor. Areas to the south and west, maybe a little bit more at about 5 to 6 inches, with lesser totals further off towards the north and east, and this is why there are no advisories further off towards the north and east, at least at this time. Already wave heights at this point, that's why we have a small crowd advisory up as well. Wave heights are up along the coast yet again, especially 9 feet according to this buoy, with 2 to 8 feet being noted across some of the other buoys nearby. Temperatures, our average high is 27 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 30s today, upper 20s for your Friday, back in the lower 30s for your Saturday, with possibly getting close to 40 degrees as we head towards your Monday. Forecast for today, 35 degrees, partly cloudy, northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 23 degrees, snow showers late with about an inch or less during that morning period. Northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, snow likely tomorrow, highs in the upper 20s, 1 to 3 inches of snow possible. Total accumulations at around 2 to 4 inches. The north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the lower 30s, mid-30s on Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky. Rain and snow showers possible Monday, highs in the upper 30s.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2023 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional with extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar from the Furniture Gallery. Kick back and save an extra 10% on our entire recliner selection and save up to 70% off clearance items. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Gorham, Newport, and North Windham.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
What I've learned over my 17 years in pharmacy is that every medication has the potential to affect every person differently. That was evident with my own mother. The medications were hindering her ability to think quickly. It did feel a little premature to stop driving, but it was the right thing to do. My message to Mainers would be never doubt the potential side effects. Talk to a loved one about your ability to drive safely.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza invites you to host your next event with us. We are much more than just a bar. Our event room is designed to host any type of event, formal or casual. Family gatherings, birthday parties, corporate parties, club meetings, fundraisers, or weddings and receptions. We've got you covered. Our open floor plan can adequately seat 100 or more people, and we can assist you with food, drinks, and entertainment as well. Call or visit our website today.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Bank of America says a glitch that appeared to drain some customers' accounts has now been resolved. But it's little relief for some customers, outraged after hours of uncertainty about their balance. ABC's Andrea Fugii has more.
A scary day for some Bank of America customers Wednesday. They checked their accounts and found their money gone.
I'm missing $1,400 from my account, and they're telling me that there's no way they can help us. You missing money too? There you go.
It was a nationwide issue.
I get a text alert and it says my account is overdrawn.
One customer tweeted their balance of negative $2,000. Most complaints involved the payment transfer service Zelle.
I did see that what was causing my negative balance was the Zelle transfer that I had at one time seen in my account and had received notification. It just disappeared.
I went to see my bank account and then I saw there's $100 less.
Zelle is owned by Bank of America and 6 other banks. It issued a statement saying, "We understand that a Zelle network financial institution may have experienced issues processing some of their customers' Zelle transactions, which has now been resolved." Many customers tried to contact Bank of America customer service, but say they were unsuccessful. The bank apologized on social media, saying Zelle transactions made between January 14th and January 17th may be delayed in occurring and posting to accounts. Transfers will appear in your account as soon as possible. As of 3 p.m. Eastern, they said the problem was resolved, but did not give a reason for the disruptions. It's not the first time Zelle customers have had problems. The app is facing a lawsuit, with consumer advocates and lawmakers citing increasing fraud. A recent report claimed there were nearly 200,000 cases of fraudulent transactions on Zelle between 2021 and 2022, involving more than $200 million. Some customers may face overdraft fees from yesterday's glitch. There was no immediate word from Bank of America on how any fees will be handled.
Well, meanwhile, 15 months after the deadly shooting on the set of the Alec Baldwin movie Rust, today is decision day for prosecutors. It means we'll likely learn whether criminal charges will be filed for the fatal shooting of the movie's cinematographer. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
This morning, prosecutors are expected to announce whether charges will be filed in the movie set shooting involving Alec Baldwin, including whether Baldwin himself will be charged. The district attorney saying ahead of today's decision, the announcement will be a solemn occasion, made in a manner keeping with the office's commitment to upholding the integrity of the judicial process and respecting the victim's family.
You were in the room when someone was shot?
Holding the gun, yeah. Back in 2021, a prop gun Baldwin was holding discharged on the New Mexico set of Rust, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring the movie's director. Questions have surrounded how live ammunition made it into the prop gun and whether proper safety precautions were taken by crew members. Baldwin has insisted he never pulled the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
But according to an FBI forensic report obtained by ABC News, the gun could not have been fired without pulling the trigger. Meanwhile, an attorney for the movie's armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, who was in charge of guns and ammunition on the set, has said she has no idea where the live round came from. Also central to the investigation is Seth Kenny, the supplier of the guns and ammunition, along with the film's assistant director, Dave Halls. According to the search warrant, Halls handed the gun to Baldwin while shouting "cold gun," letting the crew know a gun with no live rounds was being used. Halls reportedly told investigators he didn't know there were any live rounds in the gun.
There's no evidence that this was intentional. This was clearly an accident, but perhaps a criminal accident. Just because something is an accident doesn't mean that a criminal act didn't occur.
The district attorney said additional live rounds were found on the set, but declined to say how many.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear about used car prices, which are thankfully finally going down.
Plus, we'll have your business report, that and more, as Good Morning Maine continues.
Bathfitter is a better way to remodel your tub. Precise measuring means the perfect fit. The Bathfitter tub-over-tub process means no mess or stress. A custom-made tub and seamless wall mean a watertight fit. Premium acrylic means it lasts a lifetime. And all this together means a great value. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hi folks, this is Barry Gass of Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear in Orono. We've been in business since 1911, and our third-generation family-owned business can't wait to show you our unique line of Western wear and Western tack. We have Western boots, shirts, hats, belts, and buckles for the entire family, and Western tack from bridles to saddles and everything in between for your horse.
Gass Horse Supply and Western Wear, where the American West comes alive in Maine.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Drinkwater's Cash Fuel, Gateway Title of Maine, Lincoln Color Center, Overhead Door Company of Bangor, Rowell's Garage and Car Wash, and Vale's Cakes.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, January 19th, 2023. Today is also National Gun Appreciation Day. A day meant to discuss how to properly look after and clean guns, as well as how to properly handle them for safety. I don't have any guns myself, but I know a little bit about them, and it's so important to use them properly.
I know.
So this is a day where it kind of raises awareness. You can talk to perhaps kids or others in your life about how to do it right.
Right. I know. I was thinking about that as I was writing that up. I was like, hey, even if you don't have one personally, you should learn. If you're living with someone who does, or if somebody in the household does, you know, there could always be a time where somebody does, and it's good to know.
A lot of people in Maine have firearms. You know, a lot of people are hunters and that sort of thing. They use them for protection or whatever. So it's good to just think about the right way to do it.
I know. I'm always down to go to a gun range and learn more. It's fun.
I like this next one.
This one's cool, too. It's also National Popcorn Day, a perfect snack for people who need something versatile. It's a healthy snack if you want something a little lighter maybe than chips or crackers, and it can be dressed and seasoned in so many ways. Sweet or salty, or what's your thing?
I'm not a huge popcorn guy unless I'm at some place and drinking a beer with somebody and the popcorn's nice.
Or movie.
I have a weakness for fiddle faddle, or what is it? What we've talked about that.
We've talked about
crunch
the fiddle
and munch,
faddle.
that kind of stuff. You put a little caramel and peanut in there. Now you got a party.
Okay, so sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a terrible sweet tooth. So,
I do too.
Yeah, it takes care of it all.
I love sweet and salty. That's also why I like chocolate-covered pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
But fiddle faddle may be a little lighter on the stomach than that.
Yeah, the problem is you can eat a whole box if you don't. If you're not careful.
That's my problem with most things. So I made dinner the other day, and I was making the mistakes of eating Cheez-Its as I made dinner.
Oh, yeah. And then you're full by the time it's dinner time.
I had one taco and a little bit of rice. And yeah, leftovers. Well, on this day in history, in 1937, millionaire Howard Hughes set a transcontinental air record by flying for 7 hours, 28 minutes, and 25 seconds. In 1961, the first episode of The Dick Van Dyke Show was filmed. And in 1977, snow fell in Miami, Florida for I think the only time that's been recorded in history. It also fell in the Bahamas.
Huh.
Yeah.
Imagine them waking up and seeing snow coming down.
I know. I mean, we've been hearing about the iguanas falling from trees because they're
when they
freezing
get cold,
and dying. I mean, I was in Miami a year ago, and I went to the Goodwill because I love doing that when I go to new places. And they had these like down coats, and my coat that I wear here is from Miami. But I was like, do you need this here? But if you're acclimated to different weather, it makes sense.
If it gets down to 50 degrees there, they'll put on a winter coat.
I get it. Yep.
For birthdays today, we have a bunch. Singer, actress, and philanthropist Dolly Parton is 77. It's also the birthday of Edgar Allan Poe, the American poet and writer who was born in Boston in 1809. Janis Joplin would have been 80 today if she were still alive, and Mac Miller would have been 31 today. Who's Mac Miller?
Rapper.
Oh, okay. That's
A lot of people from my generation love him.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. That's why I don't know who he is.
I'll show you later.
She. I don't know.
It's a guy. I'll show you later.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the forecast. Nothing too big on the way, but we do have a little storm moving in tonight, which will bring a few inches here to the Bangor area. Some people will receive more. So that means that tomorrow at this time, we'll have some slippery driving conditions.
Good for skiers and snowboarders and all the mountains that have been trying to open up.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. All right, let's get things rolling out there this morning. Plenty of alerts in effect. We have winter storm watches in effect further down to the south. This will get upgraded at some point as it's up until about 7 p.m. for your Friday. Winter storm warnings will be located here in the pink. This is up until 7 p.m. Friday as well. In a purple shade as well, a winter weather advice. We'll focus on those alerts now. So I pulled off the other two alerts here so you can see the other alerts in effect. Small crowd advisories until 10 a.m. later on this morning, and a winter weather advisory until 7 p.m. Friday as well. Let's take a look at things right now. We're all quiet out there at this point. In fact, we'll see a good amount of sunshine today as well, but more clouds will be moving in later on today. And in the evening time frame, as this right here from the southwest to the north and east continues to move in our direction, it'll give us some snowfall before we're all finished up, maybe up to 4 inches maximum before we're all finished up. So futurecast moving forward for today does some clouds at times, but we'll see more clouds later on tonight, with the snow beginning at about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning from the southwest going toward the north and east and pretty much lasting for most of the day. And the winds will not be a big deal at times, mainly out of the northwest at about 5 miles per hour, increasing though as we head towards Friday up to around 10 to 15 miles per hour sustained at times. And there are only forecasts for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. A lot of sunshine, a few passing clouds, temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Yesterday, we showed you some footage out of China as they finally open their borders and allow citizens to travel for the Lunar New Year. Today, we bring you some adorable baby pandas. 10 new baby pandas were born in 2022. We see the babies and their handlers enjoying the Lunar New Year celebration. The pandas range in age from 4 to 6 months and all resulted from natural mating, according to the China Conservation and Research Center for Giant Panda in southwest China's Sichuan province.
Good job.
Sichuan. Yeah. The black and white fluff balls made their appearance in a playground at the center, adorned with Lunar New Year's decorations, including lanterns, traditional Chinese knots, paper cars, and flags. Bamboo baskets of treats were prepared for the pandas with the Chinese character Fu, meaning good fortune and blessings, written on the outside. This mimicked the Chinese tradition of adults giving red envelopes with money inside to children during the Lunar New Year to pass them good wishes and blessings. I love that tradition.
Yeah, we love those.
It's a good, it's a good week to wear red. It's good luck. Bring in the new year. Happy Lunar New Year to all who celebrate.
All right. We love those baby pandas, too.
Absolutely. Fun fact.
What's that?
They just have to eat bamboo all day.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, because they have evolved to eat bamboo because they're just so cute and fluffy they can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Science.
There you go.
Still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have our sports updates.
We'll be right back.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Choosing a school is really difficult, but I have never felt like I should have gone somewhere else.
The thing I like about the school, the class sizes are smaller.
Making friends is easier here because of the fact that you are such a tight-knit community.
I was shooting around a basketball. That's how I met my first friend.
You meet a lot of new people from different areas of the world.
I feel like I've grown so much here.
And there's so many amazing people that work here to learn from.
I definitely made the right decision coming to Husson.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the ice. It was another big weekend for Maine men's hockey, splitting the series again with a top 20 team in the nation. And heading into yet another matchup against some of college hockey's best, they're just searching for some consistency. Ryan Sudol has more.
The guys came out hard on Saturday, and I thought they earned a victory.
Maine men's hockey faced number 16 ranked UMass Lowell in last weekend's series. After dropping a close Game 1, the Black Bears exploded for a 5-3 Game 2 win.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge for us. That's a step we needed to take. I mean, I think on Friday night we were taken a little bit by surprise.
Friday was tough. We got outplayed, yeah, but we still had our chances. We just didn't capitalize.
After scoring just 1 goal in Friday's loss, the Black Bears more than capitalized Saturday as they scored 3 right out of the gate.
It was good to see us score 3 goals, no question, in the first period, but it's because our details and habits were better.
But the Riverhawks would mount a comeback and make it a 1-goal game on 2 occasions. The Black Bears, though, did not lose an ounce of confidence.
I don't think there was one moment where we were like, oh man, they're gonna come back on us. I mean, we were in control of that whole game, even though, I mean, they didn't make it easy for us.
We're playing our best hockey. I don't think there's anything that's gonna really distract us, and I think the worst thing that can happen is, let those 2 goals get to us.
Despite the optimism coming from that win, the Black Bears have merely split every home doubleheader against ranked teams.
That's the thing for us right now. I mean, we can beat anyone on any given night. It's just about executing and doing it for 2 nights in a row rather than kind of being content with a split.
But the Black Bears will need their absolute best hockey to achieve that in their next series at number 5 ranked Boston this weekend.
At the end of the day, they do got the skill and talent, so it's going to come down to effort and how detailed we are.
Our 6 or 7 game-break, if not more, game-breaking players on their team. But if we play the same way we played on Saturday night, we'll give ourselves a chance.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to that matchup against the Terriers. Let's stay at UMaine, and we will head to the Pit. Maine Women's Hoops was 5-0 in America East play heading into Wednesday night's game against Vermont. They were looking to make it 6. Black Bears, the number 2 team in the conference, Catamounts, number 3. Let's start in the first quarter. Black Bears, Adriana Smith. Nice pass here inside to J.C. Christopher. Nice reverse lay-in for the Skowhegan native. Second quarter now. It's Caroline Borneman bringing it down. She gives it to Ann Simon, and Simon drains the long-range 3. Black Bears up 5 at the half in the second half. Late third quarter, Vermont mounting a comeback. Catherine Gilwee with the 3 ball. And they are clawing back in it. Maine up just 1 heading into the fourth, and in the fourth, the Catamounts would dominate. Emma Utterback to Delaney Richardson, another three, 11-0 run to start the quarter for Vermont. They win it 61-52, snap Maine's winning streak. All right, two high school hoops now. Class B North girls matchup. Herman taking on Washington Academy, the Raiders. First quarter, Raiders with it. It's Chloe Densmore. She's going to find Addison Williams, and she is going to bury it from outside. Nice little corner three right there. And then it's Ashley Cody for Herman. That is one way to beat the fast break. Just outrun it. Faster than I could catch up with the focus. She gets the bucket there, and it's the Raiders again. Some quick passing goes to Sarah Moulton for the bucket. That's Marissa Cates with the assist right there. Hawks again, though. Sadie Campbell, she gets a look from outside, and that one is nothing but net. Herman goes on to win it 54-39. All right, let's take a look at some other scores from around the area. Stearns over Penobscot Valley boys. That is a 30-27 victory. My eyes are getting bad. Class C North, Belfast over Waterville girls, 47-31. In Class B North as well, Old Town over MDI girls, 41-37. That's a close one right there. And then Skank over Lee Academy boys, another close one, 48-45. All right, let's hit the pitch now. Back in November, we announced that pro soccer would be coming to Maine. The Maine footy of the United Women's Soccer League will begin play this spring. We just didn't know where. Until Wednesday, the footy will be playing all of their home games at Deering High's Memorial Field. The U23 team will play a 10-game season beginning in mid-May, with all proceeds going back to the community. The Maine representative will be competing in the highly competitive Northeast Division. Tickets have been selling fast as footy fever comes to Portland.
In general, just the parents and the emails we've received from folks saying it's great you're going to give us a Pro-Am team, but also those enrichment programs and leadership, kind of that rising tide lifts all boats. I think they're very excited about the broader Maine footy story as much as having a great team this summer.
Giving young athletes the opportunity to watch future stars. It's really inspirational and it's really exciting.
All right, so you got the Maine footy, the Sea Dogs, the Mariners, the Celtics. A lot of fun stuff going on down there. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Everybody that home runs, huh?
Hey, pass me the keys, Rob. I haven't had anything to drink.
Good idea.
We've learned to speak up to prevent drinking and driving. Now let's speak up to prevent texting and driving.
What are you doing, Mommy?
Here, let me do that for you.
So sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
Speak up. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Welcome back, everyone. New signs inflation is cooling, even as the Labor Department posts new data. Economists say could point to a possible recession. Fox Business Network's Lydia Hu has this story and more coming on today's Fox Means Business Report.
Shoppers were cutting back even during the busy holiday shopping season. Retail sales falling 1.1% in December from the previous month. That was a bigger drop than expected. High prices and higher interest rates for things like credit cards had consumers feeling the pinch. The weak retail report sparking new worries about a possible recession and putting investors in a selling mood. The Dow and S&P 500 suffered their worst day of the year so far. The Nasdaq also tanked. Not a lot to party about at Party City on Wednesday. The retailer filing for bankruptcy protection as it deals with mounting debt and falling sales. On a positive note, there is another sign inflation is cooling off a bit. Producer prices, which is what wholesalers paid for goods and services before they sell to consumers, fell 0.5% in December from the previous month. And while it did jump 6.2% from the same time a year ago, that was better than expected. And that's business. I'm Lydia Hu.
Federal safety regulators are accusing Amazon of failing to keep workers at some of its warehouses safe. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration issued a citation against Amazon after inspecting 3 warehouses in Illinois, Florida, and New York. OSHA says the company put its warehouse workers at a high risk for lower back and injuries, as well as other musculoskeletal disorders. This is in part due to the weight of packages and the high frequency with which workers have to lift them. OSHA has proposed more than $60,000 in penalties. Amazon says it plans to appeal.
Well, there's some good news for people in the market for a used car. Prices continue to drop. According to the Consumer Price Index, used car prices declined 8.8% from December 2021 to 2022. That is the biggest 12-month drop since June of 2009. A big reason for the lower prices is the increased supply of new cars. But industry experts warn in a report the cost could go back up because of a lack of late used models. That is because of lower new car production in the last 3 years. Simply just not enough cars around.
I know, everybody's struggling with that lately.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. So we do have winter storm warnings and winter storm watches in effect. Being indicated here, the winter storm watches in a blue, the winter storm warnings in a pink right here. And that's pretty much where everything's in effect right now, as we're not expecting much more further off towards the north and east. We'll pull off those advisories because we have more in effect, though. This is actually a winter storm or winter weather advisory, excuse me. And that's also a small craft advisory further down toward the south. A little bit of graphics issues this morning, but now we have it going for us. So this is a small craft advisory until 10 a.m. this morning, and a winter weather advisory further off towards the north and west. So I pulled off the winter storm warnings and winter storm watches so we can see these other 2 alerts that are in effect. Let's take a look at things right now. We're pretty quiet out there this morning. You'll want the sunglasses, as we'll see a lot of it today, but we're going to be obscuring the sun later on today as this system right here, we can see it right here, will be tracking off on the west going toward the east. So by later on tonight, probably by about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll start seeing the snow moving in. With accumulating snow possible, might make travel a little bit tricky from time to time in a few spots, so we'll need to keep an eye on that. Futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. The clouds start to really increase later on tonight, but we'll have to wait till about 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning for the snow to begin from the southwest, going toward the north and east, and pretty much continuing on and off throughout the rest of the day. Starting to back off by later Friday evening. That's when the advisories will expire. And we'll hold on to a few passing clouds, but some breaks in the clouds at times Saturday, so things will start to clear out overall for us. Snowfall accumulations, all right, maybe not cause an inconvenience at times, maybe at around 2 to 4 inches near Bar Harbor and Bangor. Areas to the south and west, maybe a little bit more at about 5 to 6 inches, with lesser totals further off towards the north and east. And this is why there are no advisories further off towards the north and east, at least at this time. Already wave heights at this point, that's why we have a small craft advisory up as well. Wave heights are up along the coast yet again, especially 9 feet according to this buoy, with 2 to 8 feet being noted across some of the other buoys nearby. Temperatures, our average high is 27 degrees. We'll reach for the middle 30s today, upper 20s for your Friday, back in the lower 30s for your Saturday, with possibly getting close to 40 degrees as we head towards your Monday. Forecast for today, 35 degrees, partly cloudy, northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 23 degrees, snow showers late with about an inch or less during that morning period. Northeast wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, snow likely tomorrow, highs in the upper 20s, 1 to 3 inches of snow possible. Total accumulations at around 2 to 4 inches. The north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Mostly sunny on Saturday, highs in the lower 30s, mid-30s on Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky. Rain and snow showers possible Monday, highs in the upper 30s.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Color Concepts, Kings Mountain RC, Loring Job Corps, Mad Cat and Company Bar and Grill, Maine Collision Center, and Twin City Tile.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyu.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
I licked it, so now it's mine.
The Bachelor is back, and the drama starts night 1.
I don't want to know if you kissed. I'm here for him. Love makes you crazy.
The Bachelor, season premiere Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Oversharing can be weird.
How you doing, buddy? I'm more excited than a mosquito flying into a nudist colony.
weekdays at 9 on ABC7. Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC7.
A 12-year-old boy from Massachusetts caught a great white shark on Tuesday while deep-sea fishing down in Fort Lauderdale. Campbell Keenan of Boston was with Fort Lauderdale Fishing Charters when he caught the apex predator before the fishermen tagged it and released it. Campbell says it felt like the shark would pull him into the water. His mother helped hold him into his seat while the professional fishermen on board helped them reel in that giant shark. Well, it really wasn't a giant. Pretty big for that 12-year-old boy, though. It took about 45 minutes in all. The shark was a 130-inch long female weighing about 450 pounds. Pretty neat. That is a day he'll never forget.
That's scary.
Yeah, imagine going home from his vacation to Florida. Say, hey, guess what I caught down in Florida?
You got to make a T-shirt for that.
Right.
I caught a great white.
I caught a great white. I like that they released it too.
Yes, and they tagged it.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, that's all for us this hour. We will continue broadcasting on Fox 22.
We thank you so much for joining us, and we hope you have a great day.
You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but hate fumbling with all those attachments. And she hates that mess you leave behind. Well, now you can always be perfectly groomed without any attachments or mess. Introducing VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the revolutionary total body electric shaver that not only trims your hair, but actually vacuums it up at the same time. VacuTrim's unique dial has 20 precise trim length settings built in, so you never have to fumble with attachments ever again. Just dial and trim, groom, shape, and edge without any messy whiskers in the sink. VacuTrim's revolutionary 2-in-1 design lets you dial and trim to any length, completely mess-free. Its ultra-sharp stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum creates powerful suction, capturing all the trimmed hair into the collection chamber. So there's never any hair shavings left behind.
I hated having to fumble with all those attachments. With VacuTrim, you just dial and trim.
And there are no little hairs all over the sink. That's why I love it too.
Snap on the easy-to-use guide to tighten and shape your beard.